The captain, he always had, the Captain Howdy. Yeah. No, the Captain Howdy. People just called him Captain. Anyways, uh, he made videos on Delphi for a long time, and we communicated for years. Just on Facebook, and he had talked about how he and his wife, they tried to have kids. He sent me, he was so excited when she was pregnant, and then she didn't have the baby. She lost the baby, and then seems like not tremendously long after that, she was pregnant again, and finally they had the baby. And then he worked from home, and there's this, like, she's dating these other people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there was uh, a Delphi podcaster that uh, supposedly projected onto the world that he had such a great life and everything was good and all this stuff, but it really wasn't. And this podcaster was Captain Howdy, real big in the Delphi case. And it's sad, the poor kid that he left behind. But, now people are starting to find out the truth. Uh, and we're going to listen a little bit to Mr. Gray Hughes and Miss Cold Truth and find out really what was going on, right? A lot of people thought he was such a great guy and it was his wife. That was the monster. And, I don't know, my condolences to the families. Uh, but he wasn't what he he thought or made people think, right? Uh, Phew, jeez. And there's a little one left behind, which is horrible. All right, let's watch this a little bit more.
People, and one of the guys that was dating was dating her, said that the child was his, the one that he was so excited to have.
That her boyfriend told him his baby was not his. No, there was no boyfriend or anyone telling him that his baby was not his. He lied. Why? I have no idea why you would take this that far. That's really kind of diabolical. She had multiple boyfriends. No, he faked screenshots to make people believe those boyfriends were threatening that they existed and that they were threatening to kill him. No.
Wow, the guy was creating a, a, a delusional world around him. Diabolical. Yeah, yeah, diabolical, I'd say. Creating stuff that just wasn't real, and we're seeing a lot of that. But let's continue.
No, they were not real. Therefore, the threat to his life was not real. It was a lie he used to convince someone to give him guns. Or he asked, they said no, and he took them. He is a convicted felon, therefore he can't have guns.
And so then I guess he went over to her place at work to talk about something else, maybe. I don't know. He had a gun with him, obviously. So then he ends up shooting her, and then he shot himself on the way out in the parking lot.
Wow. Well, I hope it all checks out because we've seen this madness before on YouTube where they create this reality, this not reality, it's actually fiction. If it is true, and it really was him, which everyone's like, well, who was he? The guy was behind shadows and lurking all the time. Nobody knew his face, nobody even knew his name. So a lot of people were like, yeah, right. We've seen this movie before. but they're saying it's real. And he was the monster, supposedly, not her, but Gray. Gray seems to be thinking maybe both of them were not right. Maybe, maybe. A lot of people were taken. And this is shocking, right? As you can see, Miss Cold Truth, she's stunned. And possibly, and she's had a bad life herself, and possibly can't fathom that maybe she believed, maybe we all believed that this Captain Howdy was invincible. He was a superhero. He was a person behind a YouTube channel. But in reality, his whole life was madness and deceit. And what else did he create? I mean, if he created this whole world to make everybody believe that this one woman was horrible, I mean, we've all had bad love. I hear Clapton sang about it. Bad love. Yeah, we all have. But I'm telling you, there's a fine line there. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. You're not going to get away with it. And there ain't no woman or nobody, no human worth taking their lives, not unless you wake up in the middle of the night and she's standing over you with your instrument in her hand, right? If you're a man, your instrument, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Then you might want to defend yourself. Hey, I've lost love, right? A couple I was crazy about, but never killed them. So he must have been triple bad. He must have never got help. Folks, if you have mental illness problems, go seek help. Talk to somebody. You might have to take medication for a while. You're always going to have a disability, folks. They, you're always going to have it. But it's just learning how to deal with it and function, right? To get through the day, to make sure you pay your bills on time, and that's pretty much that matters. If you have to go to the doctor, you have to go to the doctor or whatever. But get help and don't feel bad, folks. There probably is a lot of people shocked. We're all shocked about some of the stuff that happened on YouTube where we thought they were good people, but then the world turned, right? We were getting attacked by things, demonic things. You know, if you believe in that, whatever it was, whatever, who knows? Do you ever really know anybody? Not unless you've been having sex with them and you're with them all the time and you build a relationship, right? But even then, stuff can go sour. The devil has a hand in it, right? Yeah. Well, my condolences to his family. We hope it's true. Well, we don't hope it's true, but then again, we hope that this guy just didn't create this whole world and he's somewhere on a beach somewhere out west drinking Maui Tao cocktails. And he's perfectly fine with his family. We hope that, right? But they're saying, no, this is real. Well, then my condolences to the family. And to Gray Hughes and Miss Cold Truth, because they were friends with him pretty good and thought they knew him, but I guess they didn't. And they might feel guilty because they believed him and thought she was the monster and always, you know, she's crazy, this and that. We're not sure. Maybe every single person that watched his videos were taken for a ride. Probably. Even me. Let's watch a little bit more of this. Hopefully, Mr. Gray Hughes. Folks, I posted his channel in my chat. Go check him out. Oh, Gray, why are you always striking me? Now, let's watch a little bit more of this. And this really ain't no joking matter. Right? I understand people.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy as hell, you know. And but the I
Jonas
don't know.
Bach.
I don't know how to, this is one of those things, like sometimes you push a person to the edge of their limit.
Come on in, Miss Debbie. I'm just going over this real quick. I didn't want to bother you. I know you were busy eating in your internet.
It's like if you destroy their entire life, that stuff happens. It's not like that's the choice you should make, but it doesn't make me go, oh, what a monster. It makes me think, she was a monster too. Like you just wiped out somebody's entire life, the child he cared about, the one that he wanted to be with, etc. And you're cheating on him. I mean, my God, I don't even know what to make of it. So, where I don't agree with that, that's your option. Sometimes that's the option, the only option somebody thinks they have, because they are just devastated in a horrible place. But he was just always a nice person to me. He was always trying to figure out like where I was and the how I was doing, because he knows about all the trolls, and it's just, that's a crazy story. He's like the last person you would think that makes you kind of wonder, geez, that could almost happen to anybody. Somebody just snaps, right? So there you go. Pretty crazy story.
The bottom line is that even if she did every heinous thing that he accused her of, no one deserves to be murdered. And he didn't just snap. He told people, promised people that she was lying about him stalking her and harassing her and her family. He was. And there's video evidence of this, along with phone logs and messages, that he had not gone up to her place of work prior to when it was on the news. He did several times. There's video of it and eyewitnesses of it. He told people that she lied about getting a restraining order against him, that it was made up. No. It's not true. She had proof enough for a hearing to show cause. He chose not to show up. She had proof that he was stalking her at work, along with incessant calling, asking.
Wow. Well, let me tell you guys something out there. All right? Love stinks. We know this because Nazareth wrote a song about it. Love. It does. And I've been crushed by love many of times and stalked. And myself have gone crazy over a woman. But there ain't nothing worth it, guys. Walk away. Walk away. And you know what? Even if he would have walked away, he would have been the bad guy. Why? Well, because he would have. You're walking away from your duties as a man. No, I'm walking away because if I stay, I might hurt somebody or myself because, she's crazy or I'm crazy. And then you get hit with, you ain't a man. You can't. No, no. See, and that's why we're going through a lot of this right now in America with relationships and everything, and so many people popping up, some people killing, a family killing themselves. Yeah, walk away. This is the devil. It's definitely the devil trespassing on us and cursing up, whatever. But walk away, and you're gonna get reprehended from it. People are gonna say, "You're no good, deadbeat. You're this, you're that." But you know what? You're alive. And the woman that you're with or the man you're with is alive. Your family's alive. You might not be together, but it's not the end of the world. And eventually it might work out. But this is what we're seeing a lot in America. And people want to close their eyes to it. And I'm like, oh no, it's real. Madness. It's possession. It is possession. Why? Because most of us men, when you're with a woman, intimate, and you open your heart to her, and she's your only thing you think about, and then it leaves. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's mine. You can't have it, right? I'll kill myself and kill you then. It's what, but it's real. It's real. It's real. What is it? I don't know. Love. They say it's love. I don't know. Possession, maybe. You think you own that, and then no one else will ever be with her again. Take her, right? I mean, I would fight for her, but not not if we're gonna die, right? It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Now the world is left with a child, a motherless child and fatherless child. Now, hopefully, somebody in the family can take it before it ends up in some kind of a place. Excuse me. I'm not trying to sound rude, but love does stink when it goes wrong. When it's good, it's the most incredible thing in the world. When it's bad, it's bad. And you're best to just walk away and let it cool off. It might take 6 months. It might take a month. It might take a couple days, right? You talk to each other and I was a fool. Yeah, I was too. And then they get back together. Everything's fine or whatever. But it's best to walk away. It ain't worth hurting anybody over. And believe it or not, we're seeing a lot more of this in our country than you would ever imagine. So let's see what my chat has to say. What is this about? This is about Captain Howdy, the guy in the Delphi sector that made a whole bunch of videos. And he didn't die because of Delphi. We don't think. I'm not sure. He was stressed, pressured. He very picky about his video. I don't care. I've farted on my videos. I've hacked my brains out. I've almost died in pain on camera. So I'm not picky. I think I might have picked my nose once. I'm not sure. But it ain't worth taking someone's life. Even when, especially when there's a little one involved, you're best to walk away. I know what these folks are saying. You're crazy. How could you do that? Because of this. This is why it's best to walk away. Love another day. That's going to hurt. You're going to cry if you're really in love. You're going to feel like your heart is, you're dying. But you'll get over it and you'll find love again. If not the same one, somebody. I don't know. Let's see what else my chat is saying. The great Debbie Fox. Were they together? Yeah, they were husband and wife. He created a whole world that she sucked balls and cheated on him constantly with numerous men. And just, he created this whole thing with photos and the whole thing. This, he was a creator that created his own madness. And I refuse to do it. My movie will never take over in my brain. It is just a movie because I know that I have a disability. And if anyone gets hurt, anything, I get in trouble. Then you go to prison. And I know a lot of you folks out there think prison is fun. I don't think it is. It wasn't back when I was in trouble. I was younger. And it ain't today. And it will never be fun. Unless you, I hate to say it, like being evil and spending your time in there, but it's not fun. I don't want to go there, never. Was Captain Howdy in love? No, he was having a kid with this woman and he created a whole world that she was evil. I mean, I wonder if they both created their own, that, I don't know. I don't want to undo it. I feel sorry for the families. My condolences. But truth be told, he pulled one over on everybody, even me. I watched his videos. Not too many of them because I don't like not being able to see who it is. Um, if you can't show your face on your account, then something is hiding. Yeah, well, I mean, all he did was make videos, right, about crime cases. Delphi, uh, you know, it's not like he was a spy. You can't see my face, or a undercover agent, or a deep cover, you know, government agent or something. He was just a YouTube creator. He might have made people think he was, and he didn't come out of the role. He didn't come out of the role. He didn't tell himself this is just a role. It's just a fantasy. And you need to come back to reality. And he never did. He never did. And I've been there where you can't come out of reality. And it sucks. But you gotta go into reality, because if not, then you're lost in the role. And then you become the role you're playing. And then it's over, because eventually it just eats you alive. All right, let me see what else my chat is saying. These two are lovers. Oh, Gray Hughes and Cold Truth. I don't know. Is he? Are they dating or married, Debbie? These two are lovers. Okay, I will be back. I have no idea what this is. This is Gray Hughes and Miss Cold Truth talking about Captain Howdy, the YouTube creator that did a lot of these Delphi videos. So they were saying that they're shocked because they were lied to. He wasn't a bad guy, or he was a bad guy when they were telling everybody he's a great guy, right? He's a great guy. He's everything. He's great. And now it turns out that he was the monster and created the whole illusion. All fake photos, fake calls, or whatever. Jeez, man, it's crazy. Hello, Kel. I have no effing clue, Debbie said. She says, I have no effing clue. I don't know. I don't know either, Debbie. I'm not sure. It's sad. Lots of monsters in this commentary. It's almost like they are attracted to true crime drama. I don't know. This is a channel. I don't even know. This ain't even Gray Hughes' channel. This is Bad Actors' channel. It's a new channel that's out saying they're bad actors. I don't know. They seem like good people. They were just taken. We were all shocked. We were all taken. Not that I knew the guy, but I watched his videos once in a while, right? It's just, they were cool videos. It was always animated, right? Some guy in a trench coat and a shadow, which said so much. From the beginning, he was always in the dark, lurking. In his brain, probably he was very dark. Behind closed doors, in his brain, on the outside, he was a happy-go-lucky guy. Right? I don't know, crushed. I don't know if it's true or not. Fair amount of mental illness, fair amount of people who don't need to work, and they have plenty of time to manufacture drama. Oh, it's all about drama on YouTube. Excuse me, drama sells. excuse me, people need to consider Howdy's son might come across these videos someday. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like I said, my condolences, and it's sad. That's why I'm telling people that there's nothing worth. I know love is love. And like I said, you're going to cry. Your heart's going to be broken. You're going to feel empty. You're soulless. But it ain't worth taking someone's life and doing offing yourself, or even taking someone's life and you don't off yourself. You'll spend the rest of your life in prison, if not the electric chair, depending on what you do. It ain't worth it. In Jesus' name, it ain't worth it. Howdy was a YouTube creator, Debbie said game over. I don't know what she's talking about. Which effing, who is Howdy? Boy, she's cursing today. Her Tourette's. She does have Tourette's, and that's her Tourette's kicking in. She's all right. Who's frickin' Howdy? He's a YouTube creator that Captain Howdy was his channel. That's what he called himself. Debbie. Boy, she's upset today. Damn, I'm smoking. People need, Kel says people need to consider his son. I know. Poor little guy. My question is, Kel, would they have gotten help? Would they have gotten help, or would this have, what, God forbid, would he have ever stopped? Or would the kid gone through life learning how to manipulate and deceive the whole world? I don't know. God forbid. Can we post his channel? Sure, Debbie. Did you find it already? Sure, it's called Captain Howdy. And it's like an animated channel. You never seen his face. I don't even think that was his real voice. I'm not sure. It could have been all AI. Could have been all AI. I don't even know what he looked like or what he sounded like. Sounds like his wife was trying to get away from him. Yeah. There's pictures of him out there. There might be. I haven't really dived into it. I did notice Miss Cold Truth very upset about this, and she's had a very bad life herself. And this is it's pretty shocking to her. She's very upset in the beginning of this video, crying and very upset. And Gray Hughes said he knew the guy and talked to him all the time. So they might be shocked themselves and taken themselves, right? Not knowing the madness that they were around. And they call me crazy. Shoot, I ain't never killed anybody. No offense, but I've never done something that crazy, created a whole world. Now that's happened to me. People have imitated me, right? Cloned, whatever you want to call it, imitate, whatever. But that's why I stay home. I don't do nothing. I stay home. Right there, Johnny Kramer did this. It's impossible because he's on camera 24/7. Yeah, and we've spent billions. He's sitting right in his effing apartment like he always is. It's funny how he's somewhere halfway on the other side of the world. So I know how it is, but let me tell you something. If you loved once, you know love is horrible when it goes bad, right? Walk away, let it cool down. If it ain't meant to be, it ain't meant to be. But it ain't worth doing what we're seeing here with this Captain Howdy. It just ain't worth it. And we're seeing a lot of young people, young 12, 13-year-old girls coming up dead. And these older people, like I think just today, they just picked up a soccer coach of a missing 13-year-old girl that they can't find. So they picked him up, and I imagine there might be something there. It's the devil. That's all I can say. Or it's mental illness, or just evil, or witchery, sorcery, whatever you want to call it, folks. It's not good. I don't want no part of it. And it's horrible. I feel horrible for Captain Howdy and his wife and his kid. But that's messed up. And I don't want to go there because I have mental problems myself. And I just don't want to go to that place. I'm good right now. I'm sit on the couch, clean my apartment, and rake leaves for a couple quid. And that's it. Don't even, it'll cost a lot of money to get me off of this couch. I don't think these people can afford me to get back in the swing of things. Well, I think I'll just stay right here. This world is too crazy for me to be out in it because it'll rub off on you. And that's what's going on this YouTube thing. We are seeing people going down the tubes. I refuse. And that's because we watch these crime cases 24/7. Well, yeah, and if you watch it 24/7 for a long time, you'll become it. And I refuse to break away. I'll report on it, but I ain't getting wrapped up into it. It's heartbreaking. You're a monster, Johnny. You don't care. No, I care. But if I care too much, then I'll end up like these two people in tears. Miss Cold Truth questioning herself of, I thought this was a good guy and he wasn't, or I thought the woman was lying or was the good one and he was the monster. Maybe, right? Maybe she's seen the whole thing, but if she would have said anything, people would have attacked her. Maybe. Interacting with people is exhausting. It sure is. You ladies have drove me completely crazy. I think I'm going to jump out my window, but I know I won't get hurt because it's only a couple feet off the ground. But I'm going to make it look like the stocks have dropped and I've gone crazy and I'm going out the window. If JLR is not going to do it, I'm going to. Joking. I'm not going to jump out my window. Given Gray's opinion of women, I'd probably take his word with a grain of salt. I don't know anything about Gray Hughes or anybody. I know his chat always says he's hurting them. And then Gray goes, "Oh, Gray, why are you always being an idiot?"